Today is Friday, July 1st, 2022. Let us take a look at today's crypto headlines. El Salvador buys the dip. Adds 80 BTC at $19,000. Blockchain Com and Deribit seek 3AC's liquidation from a British Virgin Islands court. Bitcoin may finally bottom at $15,000. According to these indicators, Coinbase refutes allegations of selling sensitive user data to U.S. government agencies. Huobi's founder Li Lin reportedly looking to sell his stake. Bitcoin closes June below $20,000, BlockFi acquisition rumors spiral. MSTR buys the dip. This week's crypto recap. Please like, subscribe and turn on the notification button to keep supporting our channel. El Salvador buys the dip. Adds 80 BTC at $19,000. The government of El Salvador purchased 80 BTC amid the cryptocurrency market crash. The country spent over $1.5 million to acquire the assets. El Salvador made the headlines last year, becoming the first nation to make Bitcoin legal tender inside its borders. Apart from its entrance into the ecosystem, the Central American country has also been purchasing BTC, most frequently during price drops. In a recent tweet, President Nayib Bukele announced that the country used the ongoing collapse to increase its crypto stash with additional 80 bitcoins. The amount was bought at a price of $19,000 per coin, meaning that El Salvador spent a little over $1.5 million. Similar to his previous statements, Bukele described the primary cryptocurrency as the future, appreciating its current low USD valuation now. Adding the latest purchase to the equation, it means that El Salvador now has a total of 2,381 BTC. To acquire the amount over the past several months, the country paid over $105 million. However, due to the current drawback, the nation now sits on nearly $60 million in unrealized losses. Not long ago, the finance minister Alejandro Zelaya maintained that the adverse conditions are unlikely to hurt El Salvador's fiscal health. When they tell me that the fiscal risk for El Salvador because of Bitcoin is really high, the only thing I can do is smile. The fiscal risk is extremely minimal. Blockchain Com and Deribit seek 3AC's liquidation from a British Virgin Islands court. The crypto platform Blockchain Com and exchange Deribit are the latest industry participant to get involved in the ongoing 3AC saga. Blockchain Com, also a creditor of the crypto-focused hedge fund, reportedly admitted to cooperating with law enforcement agencies for investigations into Three Arrows Capital. Along with Deribit, both companies said they requested the recent liquidation of 3AC. Earlier this week, the news that a court in the British Virgin Islands ordered Three Arrows Capital into liquidation. This came amid the company's ongoing struggles, which originated a few months ago after the tariff fiasco. According to a Bloomberg report, two of the industry participants that sought that liquidation were Blockchain Com and Deribit, both of which were creditors of the hedge fund. We believe Three Arrows Capital defrauded the crypto industry and intend to hold them accountable to the fullest extent of the law. We have filed for the immediate liquidation of all global assets of Three Arrows, said a statement from Blockchain Com. Just yesterday, the Monetary Authority of Singapore, MAS, reprimanded 3AC alleging that it had lied to investors by providing false information and exceeded its allowed AUM threshold. The downfall of the hedge fund has impacted numerous cryptocurrency-focused companies. Among those was Voyager Digital Holdings. The US-based platform recently admitted that it had to secure a massive $500 million loan in the form of a credit facility from Alameda after the fiasco with 3AC. The company explained that it had exposure of over $650 million, $350 million USDC and 15,250 BTC, to the struggling VC. Bitcoin may finally bottom at $15,000. According to these indicators, the cryptocurrency market has entered a period of a prolonged drawdown. Over the past few days alone, the total capitalization has shed slightly less than $90 billion. This came on the back of Bitcoin's price seeing its worst quarter in the last decade. It closed June below $20,000, which also made it one of the worst monthly performances to date. At the time of this writing, BTC continues trading below $20,000 and opened the new month in the red as well. According to an analyst from popular resource CryptoQuant, the bottom may be found at around $15,000, at least according to some indicators. The first one is the realized market capitalization. The analyst explains that it represents the market cap taking into account the price each coin was last moved, weighing less dead coins. The second indicator that they use is the delta cap. It shows the realized cap minus the moving average calculated over the entire period. Based on the above, the analyst argues that historically, the market cap has only been between these levels in peak bear markets. 2018 especially shows that BTC only entered that zone after we got our capitulation crash. In 2014, it was the same, except the bottom was more extended in time. The coming recession could destabilize things further. If we end up getting worse macroeconomic conditions, we could see price go slightly below $15,000 level, delta cap. Coinbase refutes allegations of selling sensitive user data to U.S. government agencies. The largest U.S.-based crypto exchange refuted the allegations of selling confidential data to government agencies. Shortly after allegations arose that Coinbase had been selling sensitive user data to the Immigrations and Customs Enforcement, the exchange denied them, reassuring that it has always looked out for its users. Citing contract documents it had observed, The Intercept reported earlier this week that it had obtained proof that Coinbase is selling certain data to the ICE, thus allowing the agency to track and identify crypto users. The coverage asserted that the exchange had sold a single analytics software license to ICE for $29,000, followed by a software purchase potentially worth $1.36 million the next month. Founded nearly 2 decades ago, the ICE is a federal law enforcement agency operating under the Department of Homeland Security. According to another document shared by Tech Inquiry's director, Jack Powelson, Coinbase has given the agency access to a variety of forensic features provided through Coinbase Tracer, formerly known as Coinbase Analytics. The report further claimed that the ICE now has the ability to track transactions made through some of the most popular cryptocurrencies, including BTC, ETH, and USDT, due to Coinbase Tracer. Somewhat expectedly, the exchange took it to Twitter to deny the accusations, saying that the company's first concern has been and always will be providing the safest and most secure crypto experience to our users. Coinbase has struggled in the past several months, reporting over $400 million in losses in Q1 2022. The firm had to lay off nearly 20% of its staff due to the ongoing market crash, and its stock prices have tumbled to new lows. Huobi's founder Li Lin reportedly looking to sell his stake. Huobi's founder Li Lin is reportedly looking to sell his stake in the popular crypto exchange. New reports claimed that Li Lin is aiming for an exit from the company he helped found years ago. The executive owns a majority stake at Huobi, with over 50%. The blockchain journalist Colin Wu took it to Twitter earlier today to inform that Lin has decided to liquidate his majority stake in the cryptocurrency exchange, indicating that he currently holds more than 50% of the shares. Huobi is among the largest digital asset trading platforms and was well positioned within the top 3 in terms of volume and user base until recently. Wu even said that Huobi was the second most profitable exchange last year, with over $1 billion in profits. However, the firm experienced severe drawbacks last year when the Chinese clampdown forced it to close shop, which harmed its revenue massively. The market-wide corrections in the past 8 months or so have not helped either. As previously reported, Huobi joined other crypto exchanges, such as Coinbase, Crypto.com, Bybit, etc., and said it will lay off a significant portion of its employees. According to Wu, the Chinese branch of Sequoia is the second largest shareholder of Huobi after Lin. Shortly following Wu's report on Twitter, the crypto community started speculating on who could step up and acquire Lin's stake in Huobi. Many joked that FTX's CEO, Sam Bankman-Fried, will be the first to opt in, given the recent shopping spree initiated by him and his company. Bitcoin closes June below $20,000, BlockFi acquisition rumors spiral. MSTR buys the dip. This week's crypto recap. The crypto winter deepens as Bitcoin's price closed its worst quarter in a decade, putting a monthly candle below $20,000 and currently struggling with that level. It's been another 7 days of declines and choppy price action for the cryptocurrency market, which ended up losing around $50 billion of its total capitalization. Bitcoin closed its worst quarter in a decade, whereas altcoins bleed out. Let's unpack. To say that the past week has been underwhelming in terms of price action would be an understatement. BTC was sitting around $21,000 this time last year and spent most of the time until Tuesday, June 28, there. It was on that day when things started escalating to the downside, and by Friday, the cryptocurrency had found itself below $19,000. It's also worth noting that this month's candle close was important because it's also the end of the quarter. As many expected, this propelled serious volatility and BTC's price shot up towards $21,000 but failed to sustain and is once again found below the critical level of $20,000, the previous all-time high from the bull cycle of 2017-2018. Ultimately, Bitcoin closed the quarter below $20,000 and charted its worst quarterly performance in a decade. Altcoins also didn't see any relief. In fact, Bitcoin's dominance, the metric that gauges its share relative to that of the entire market, remained roughly the same. This means that altcoins failed to capitalize and also charted similar declines compared to BTC. ETH, for instance, is down 8.5% over the past 7 days, the same as BTC. Similar declines are evident in BNB, XRP, ADA, Lieutenant Colonel, FTT, and others. All of the above happens on the back of the market's deleveraging as major lenders experience turmoil. In this regard, multiple reports suggested that FTX is closing in on a deal to buy off BlockFi for $25 million. It's worth noting that BlockFi was previously raising capital at a whopping $5 billion valuation, implying major discounts for FTX if the deal is legitimate. Zach Prince, founder and CEO at BlockFi, declined the possibility of them selling for $25 million, but speculations continue to run rampant and another bidder, Ledin, has also joined the acquisition race. Amid all this, the buyer with seemingly the highest conviction, Michael Saylor's MicroStrategy, acquired BTC worth $10 million at an average price of $20.8 thousand. Nayib Bukele, the president of El Salvador, also revealed they bought some 80 BTC at $19,000. In any case, if one thing is certain, it's that we are in for quite the ride. And it's exciting to see what next week has in store. Don't forget to like, subscribe and turn on the notification button so that you won't miss any update.